I heard you're looking for a fishing spot. Come across this right here. This is pretty cool. That is the hunter's cabin. Y'all want to take a guess on how old that is? Leave it down in the comment section below. Wow, this is nice. Look at that. Wow. Room for one? I don't think they have any vacancies right now. They said they're remodeling. There's the old stair porch. And this looks like the porch. There's the palm tree. And there's some water. There's the river. I walk around. There's some cinder blocks. There's an old bench. Some more pieces of this. Whoop. Some fish in there. Oh, that's nice. I tell you folks, you have no idea what you will run into here at East Green Swamp. Come check it out. You know, sometimes if you're just out in the woods, listen to the music. What music? The river. It's singing to you. Plus you get all the wind in the background too. But man, it sure is beautiful here. Yeah. If you ever had to live somewhere and get away from society, just be it. Hunting sucks sometimes. But at least a squirrel, fish, hog. I mean, if I lived here full time, I'm pretty sure I get a deer. I might be 120 pounds by then, but at least I'll probably get a deer. But yeah, this is our view today. I say our view because I got a buddy I'm fishing with over there. His name's Tom. He doesn't want to be in the video, so I told him I won't put him in it. But yeah, that hunter's hotel or cabin, that was pretty cool. I mean, just look at this. There's no better place to be anywhere but right here. Wish my kid was here, but he's with his friends right now, so just me and Tom. So this is probably going to be part 3, the hunter shack or hotel. We'll get stories from Mark. And go check out a couple of my friends. Ratty to Go, that's Rad. Ratty to Go, and Outdoors with Jim. Check them out. And check out East Green Swamp. You won't be disappointed. Come out for a hike. Come out for a jog. Ride your bike. You don't gotta come here just to hunt. Come out here and just get away from the city. Come out here and relax. I do. I love it, and I think you guys will too. Hey guys, welcome back. So now we're here with the one, the only Mark. We're gonna do a short interview of the hunter's cabin or hotel. So here you go. Okay, so what can you tell us about the hunter's cabin / hotel?
Okay, there's an old shack that I had heard about for several years, but never did find it until I started fishing a certain spot in the river, and then found a shortcut to go to the river and came across this place and found out that was what everybody called the Hunter's Hotel. I don't know exactly when it was built or who built it. I'm trying to find out. I think some other people might know a little more about it. Russell, the guy that wrote the book, might know. But it's an old cabin, and back in the day when they were logging in here, cypress was being logged, cypress trees, and cypress became illegal wood to harvest, and they had to stop. Well, this cabin was made out of all old cypress siding and stuff, and it had about 8 sets of bunk beds in it, built out of wood with some mattresses and a front porch with a refrigerator on it, and probably 10 feet from the edge of the water. Had a metal roof on it. Well, still does. And guess people that lived around here or worked around here, whatever era that was that I'm not sure of, that's where they'd go and deer hunt and fish and all, and they'd set up camp back there and stay in their little shack that we now call the Hunter's Hotel. And it still stands today, but a few years back, probably a little more than a few years, probably 5 or 6 years ago, I was fishing down there daily on a regular basis, and I would start fishing right where that shack is, and all of a sudden I noticed there was siding missing off of it. And over the course of 2 weeks of fishing down there, all the antique wood siding was stolen from it. And now it's just like a skeleton frame of a shack and kind of fallen in and stuff. But there used to even be food supplies and things like that. Just for anybody that stayed there, you could have something, crackers or something to eat, I guess. And I know some guys that's hunted and fished that went in there and took naps. And it's a unique place. I don't know that many people have taken pictures of it. I think one reason is a lot of people don't want it to be a real popular spot for everybody to go to, because then the rest of it might disappear or get graffiti and stuff like that, you know. So, I mean, it's open for everybody. If you want to find it, do like I did. Go find it. It's on the river, I'll tell you that much. But a very unique place. You know, another piece to add to the history of, I think we talked earlier in the other interviews about the cowboy shacks and different things in here, and that's another little unique place that still stands that you can see that was a part of the history that we hear here. And I'll try to find out about more of that. And but I think in this next interview after this one, we're going to be bringing in Russell McCoy, you know, from Hatfields and McCoys. I think he's one of those guys. But he worked here at the check station before me for 15 years, and I've known him over the years. And he's got a lot of history here and wrote the book. I said Green Swamp Journal. He's actually got two of them out now. And we're coming up on turkey season, and he's a big turkey hunter, and he'll be out here, and we're going to try to see if we can't set up an interview with him and get you all to meet Russell. Very interesting guy, and he can fill you in with maybe pictures of paperwork, photos of paperwork of the histories of different things that we've talked about in the past, like the court paper documents for the guys that killed his grandparents, and his sentencing and all that's in his book, stuff like that.
And you can find his book where?
You can find it on Amazon.com. Just Green Swamp Journal is the name of the book. Russell McCoy is the name of the author. And the difference is, if you meet him out here, you can get a book from him, and he'll sign it for you if you want him to. And the book's in full color, the cover and everything. If you get it off of Amazon at the same price, I think the cover is black and white.
I'll be getting me the colored edition when I see him.
Yeah, it's a lot nicer, and the cover edition is a silhouette of a guy. I think I already mentioned that. He's the son of one of our friends out here that hunts all the time. It's kind of interesting how that cover picture came about, but it's a neat book, especially if you've been around here or like the history about Green Swamp. It's worth picking up and looking at. They're meeting Russell.
So I think part 4 of this documentary, we're going to do the cowboy shacks. Is that what they were?
We didn't do those yet? I thought we already talked about them, or we didn't.
No, we didn't talk about them yet.
We didn't talk about the cowboy shacks?
No, but that'll be the next interview with Russell. That way he can tell us some more about it on his story, from his side of the story too.
Russell's the one who introduced me to that cowboy shack area, and he had a stand in a swamp back there that he had built from old metal stairs they pushed around the aisles on wheels and like Home Depots and stuff. He had some. Uh, he picked up one of those and built a platform out of wood and then chained it up into a tree. And I traded him like a $10 knife for it. And so then he told me where it was, and that's when I learned to start hunting the area all around the cowboy shacks and what they call the Carlton Field, which is around the backside of the swamp from the cowboy shacks. And what we call them the cowboy shacks is because they drove cattle through here a lot back in the day. This was ranch land and cattle land big time, and they went from here clear up into Kissimmee and St. Cloud from here, driving cattle, horseback, and that kind of thing. And eventually later on, I guess they went to vehicles, but they still drove the cattle. And they'd drive them in. Carlton Field is that one field where they'd stop for a rest. And they'd put the cattle out to pasture in that field. And they had these 3 little shacks where they'd stop and rest for a day or two and then drive the cattle on through somewhere else. And those shacks still stand out there. One of them's down on the ground now, and the other 2 are kind of leaning, but there's old bed spring or mattress, something laying in there. It looks like a good place for a snake pit. But you want to hear more about that story, you need to wait for the next episode 4, part 4, episode 4 of this interview.
Green Swamp, East Green Swamp documentary.
Green Swamp Wildlife Management Area, and documentary by What's Poppin' with Higgins. And so stay tuned for more. This is Mark, and I'll be seeing you.